Hello everyone and welcome back to our Through the Rank series. We are out in our Varpen here, and instead of doing the usual portside introduction, I'll do it out here. I'm up around Aquadilla, and I've been out for I think close to 6 hours now in total, trying to find ourselves a solo Ingerman to take on to progress the series. I was actually almost at the sorry, at a point where I was like, F it, it's not gonna happen. But not that one. But lo and behold, we found the single one. However, there's a slight catch. It's an elite. However, it's solo, and why not give it a crack? As we slowly catch up to him here, just to quickly show you the ship. It's a grey standard Varpen, teak Bermuda cedar build. So only a slight HP bonus, but we do have 100 thickness as we put navy planking on it. And we do get gunnery 3 and hull 3 and sailing 1 as a bonus on this one. So that's the thing. We've loaded her up with a mix of carronades and longs, and gave her a slight paint job. Have a few repairs in our hold, and we should be good to go. So let's finally take on the Ingerman. Varpen plus 12. No, thank you. So this tag going into it is going to be a shore close fight. Close to shore fight, but we should be well out of range of any towers and square forts. So let's close the range here a bit. Let's get in. Oi. Alright, so we managed to get ourselves in behind him. So 2 and 4 for double on the longs. 4 and 2. 2. Now, elites are somewhat resistant to chain shots and stuff like that, so we will probably just focus on getting him down. Crew wise, we're 1 for 1 early on, but again, it is an elite ship, and that means they have a high boost to both boarding and other stuff, so we definitely want to wreck his crew before we get into him. Alright, slow move. You should fire at us at an angle, bouncing more shots here early on for the ones that are going into our bow. Fine, we can deal with that. Somewhat undercrewed on the gunnery side, so we'll have to keep that in mind. Also, when it comes to doing the repairs, we are pretty undercrewed. Both shots ring out. A few water lines, but that'll do. Decent amount of damage. I wish I had loaded ball instead of chain on the other side there, because I would have been able to swing in behind him, give him a good hit. Just going to swing to reduce a bit of damage and see if we can maybe bit of rigging damage here. But as with whenever we do these kind of fights, we do want to focus fire on one side. Flipped over here. Elevate as much as we can. And I hit straight in between. Yippee yay. Alright, switching to ball arm. We're not going to need this anyway. Alright, he's caught in the wind for now. Have him reload. Didn't mean to disable that one. Now we don't want to get too close to him and slow it down too much, because then he's going to raise borders and we won't be prepared and we will lose. That was a heck of a lot of fire. Alright. Anyway, but it kind of plays into my hand as I want to get back on that side. I just had to hope for a bit of a quicker reload. On. Alright, we'll fire what we had. So we're coming around. We can disable one gun crew and start up a repair already. Gonna swing in, fire at him, and then we're gonna start to get back out of range. Our setup, we shouldn't be fighting him too close. He does have increased penetration and slight damage increase being an elite. Reload's almost done on the upper side. Disable that. Disable that crew or sailing crew. I'm getting behind me now. Yeah. Alright, lure him with us. Try to at least. Now he's showing his stronger side to us right now. It's not ideal. But as soon as we come in behind him, he should swing around and start giving chase. You guys in, disable the gun crew. A few guys in on sails just to turn them. A bit too much flat on here. Start to come out of a range where we can bounce a shot, but we're really taking damage every time he fires. Right, he's turning and chasing. Slowly. Coming around. Repairs are still on the way. Took a bit of damage on the stern there. So this range I'm going to hold off on the Caros and should be able to penetrate them. Yes, it's the ranging shot. Bit fire. Try the Caros. Come back out, get back at range. Repairs are done for now, so get people back on the guns and the sailing. Could even go do with going full sails here if we want to keep range to him. His sidearm was almost down 50%. That's good. He's only down 10 crew though, and we're already down 34. Fires, we've got angle. Missed. deep power to decrease the heal. Out goes the lungs. Out goes Caro's. Caro's hit as well. Loading. Come on, back out. Range. I turned a bit hard there, and that just meant we took a few more shots in the stern. He missed quite a few, and then quite a few bounced. Not too bad. Not too bad. The issue for us is going to be when we have to close with him to actually get his crew working down. That's where the issue is, because while we work on his crew, he's really going to take us to town regarding the damage he will do regularly. So, need to be watchful of that. Bit low. Luckily he was closing. Arrows out. Ah, no. Angle out again. I'll just check in on repairs. We've got 5 minutes and 50 before we can do this round, so patience game for now. Trying to come in behind us, I think, or just trying to close the range. I don't want him to do it. Yeah, he's trying to close. He's turning to get facing the broad sides. We're just going to open the ankle a bit more. Most missed and most. What we could have done actually, and it's a force of habit for me, and I don't know about you guys, but I tend to develop certain habits in games. And you'll probably have seen quite a few of them by now, if you've been following along this series and some of the other episodes. I tend to tag very, very close. More or less point blank on the enemy ship. But with a build where you want to focus on range fire, like this, there's no point. It's plain stupid of me to keep doing that sort of tagging when I clearly want range out. The tagging as close as I did, it's absolutely pointless and directly dumb. So I want to stay at range from him instead of starting out as a close range fight and then have to win the range or gain range on him, instead of just starting at range and then maneuver around in relative safety. Had I done that, I wouldn't have sustained as much damage early on, and would have probably been in a fairly better position at this point. My point being, be careful of your habits and the routines you develop. They can at times work against you. Alright, looks like he's reloaded, trying to get close. Waterline shots. Crowns went in. (2 minutes 50 until our next repair. His sidearm is pretty beaten up, but so is ours, so I don't want to get close to him yet with the grape shots. I am worried that we may end up damaging him so much that he'll sink, but we'll see. And at this, in this position, we're actually in a fairly good position to take on his sails too, if we wanted to, and try to reduce his maneuverability by that. But as I said earlier on, the elite ships tend to not be that effective by chain shots until you reduce them down to just around 60% or lower. But we may be able to do that later on, actually. Alright, you'll notice I did a mistake here. I didn't check as the reload came in whether I actually had more double or the long guns were actually reloading. So they're not. Right now only our carronades loaded. And that's because we have a mixed loadout, so they won't automatically revert back to regular ball am once you run out of a specific ammunition type if you're using mixed batteries. So do cheeky turn here and fire our carrows, come back out, reload again. Sorry, I got something in my throat today. I'm very sorry. Yeah, that was pointless. Dun 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 dun. And we managed to turn fairly well. Doing one, change towards ball am, reload. Actually, let's not. Let's try and do this. 35 seconds. I'm just looking at the repair cooldown. Trying to get that reduced while sipping my coffee. I must admit, I'm really looking forward to getting this Ingermanland episode over with. It's been taking up so much time. It's really been annoying. Right, so he's not chasing us as such, so we're going to turn a bit more with the wind so we don't take a bit more fire. And once he comes up behind us and start chasing, we can turn and fire into his sails. Right now we're just trying to reserve as much HP as we can. You should turn to chase fairly soon. Yeah, here comes the full sails and he turned. Right, repairs are slowly on the way. Alright, 91. It's not the best angle of wind to actually fire chain shots here, really, because when we turn into him, his sails is more or less parallel to the direction of our shots. Still managed to take him down 90, 91, so fair enough. I'll try for the next one to actually get... Oh, we're running out of chains already. Damn. Oh, yeah, we did that early one. Didn't have any real effect. Right. Alright, we're still... It might just give us that slight edge. Now it's a good direction. He's fallen off the wind here. That'd be in our favor. Our repairs are done. Not much got done really on that one side there, but it is what it is. Down to 87. Six. $84. Again, he's not going to feel it as much as a regular NPC, sadly. And he's coming around here. Annoyingly enough. Don't want to let him get into a position where he's like constantly firing into our weakened side here. So closed in on him, so it's gonna make him think again about turning. And right now it's also gonna put him in a position where we can actually fire him at him. Sails, depower, come on, a bit more elevation. There we go. It's just under where we really want it, but what it is. On up. Up. Okay. Carrows. Alright, so you see there, all guns were loaded with the same special amount of type of ammo, and we ran out, so they all reverted back to full ammo once we ran out. But using something like double or charge shot, it won't do that. Right, once more, he's trying to turn and get a shot in on our weakened side from his stronger side. We don't want to allow that. Might be able to get in there to get a bow rake on him, or even a stern rake. We can get a stern rake in. Be pretty happy. Yeah, stern rake it is. Gonna be point blank as he's turning out as well. We don't oversteer. Not gonna be the best rates, honestly. Especially from that direction. I messed that up. I'm not gonna lie, I messed that up. Ow. Pump's gone. And we took a heavy pounding there. Arrows are way too high. Right. Well, time to consider our options here. Another 3 minutes 30 to get repair back up. Are heavily damaged, and we are facing off a elite ship here. So 2 ways to play it. Stick in here. You can repair for a few cycles if you wanted to, or you could run and reset the fight. If you want to stay in there and repair, now's the time to use your full speed, get a lot of distance in between you and the enemy. He will chase you, he's a warship. So you can take whatever time you want to and like do a few rounds of repairs, get back up, and then re-engage. Or you can sit here, run down the cooldown timer, see how much repairs you can get done in that period of time, and then decide whether you want to re-engage or not. So that's what we're going to do right now. We're going to wait down to 225 for the next repair. Shortly thereafter, we should be able to leave the battle, and we'll see how our position is once we get that first repair on the way. In the past, in this situation, I've always, for the sake of the videos and a bit of fun as well, maintained that you have this option of running away and resetting the fight and finding a new enemy. But what I've often done is actually just sticking with it and ended up sinking and stuff like that. So, might be time to actually listen to my own advice, wouldn't it? And if you're a new player, you may come across veteran players that say, oh, you don't run from a fight, stick in there, fight it out, and if you sink, you sink, it's not too bad, you can always reset, but or get a new ship or whatever. And that's fine as a seasoned player, because you have the funds and maybe even the resources to craft yourself a new ship. But if you're a relatively new or low mid-tier player, you might not have the money or the resources to spend on a new ship right away. You've been grinding for hours and days to get the resources for the ship you just had a clan made build for you, or you just went hours in getting the money for the ship you just grinded to get, and now you're sitting there watching yourself get sunk, and it can be quite devastating. And allow yourself to be alright with the fact that you run from fights at times. Sometimes you get in a situation where you take on an enemy too strong, you make a few mistakes that wreck your ship, or whatever the reason might be that causes you to end up in a situation where you just can't win the fight. And that's where I think we find ourselves right now, actually. See if we can dodge most of this. I don't want him to reset the cannot leave. Ah, he managed. The bastard. Right now, he is way too quick for us. He's gaining on us. We're not getting away from him quick enough. So he managed to reset that cannot leave. So we're back to 245. See how we can play this. So, as I was saying, allow yourself to run from fights, especially versus NPCs. Who cares? There's no statistics for it. There's no bad achievements on Steam for you to run from an NPC or anything like that. So, if you're out in that ship you just spent hours and hours and hours on grinding to get, sure, run, reset the fight, get back into it, preserve your ship. There's nothing wrong with that. And don't let anyone tell you that there's something wrong with that. That's what we're going to do right now. Let's see how we can actually manage to get out from here. You saw him before with the wind. He came up on us fast and hard, and he managed to reset the you cannot leave timer just within the last few seconds. But we have to play it in a way that we manage to get as much range in between him and us, and have him not constantly fire at us to reset that timer. I don't know the sailing profile of the Wapen really, so I don't know where in relation to the wind she sails best and fastest. Somewhere on quarter, not directly on stern, would be my best guess, as that's common for most ships in the game. I don't know the real angle where she gains the most speed, but 8-point runner now is not too bad. He just managed to reset the timer again, so we're back to 230 odd. We are repairing, we are running full speed. But we do have 47 crew in survival as well, even with a repaired pump. 8.5, and he's coming in hard too. What we can do, if it becomes too much of a problem, is try to get as close to the wind as possible with range in between us, because enemy ships, NPC ships, don't fare too well upwind. That might be our saving move, but we'll see. So going from an episode into a, alright, finally found a solo, I'll try to take it on, to an episode of run away, way, brave Sir Robin. That's what it is. I'd rather spend the time running away from this fight and resetting than have to spend the time getting back out there, grab a new weapon, come back out, new incident, blah, 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 blah. So, and it's been a while since we had a setback episode anyway. So, repairs are done. They got 47 crew in survival, patching leaks and hiding silverware and whatnot. 1 more minute. He's coming in fast and hard. Looks like we're in a decent position to actually keep far enough away that he won't turn in to get a broadside on us. We'll see. Look like he's gaining that much right now, and we are doing 8.3. I'm really just sitting here watching that count at 30 seconds. 5, 20, 15, and we should have it. I'm watching the timer and I'm watching him. If he starts to turn something like that, he's not. Escape, leave the battle, and we're safe. So a bit of XP, no luck getting there with that one, but back to it, back out hunting for another few hours, trying to find another solo England. But I'm starting to narrow down where they are in this area, so I should be able to find another one a bit easier than I usually did. We're right here, more or less, in between Akadilla and Arecibo, or however that would be pronounced. So, despite the running away braves to Robin, I hope you enjoyed the episode, maybe picked up a few tricks, or at least learned from a few of my mistakes here. Until next time, don't forget, like, subscribe, comment, share the hell out of the videos or the series if you find they might be useful for a friend or two. And until next time, stay safe.